People said Jimin's peak had already passed. Some voices online kept repeating the same tired narrative, saying his influence was fading, saying the attention would move elsewhere, saying the spotlight would eventually dim. But what happened next didn't just prove them wrong, it completely silenced them. Because when Jimin appeared in his Vogue photo shoot in collaboration with Dior, the reaction was immediate and overwhelming, not just from fans, but from the entire fashion and pop culture space. Social media didn't scroll past it, it stopped, it stared, and then it kept talking about it for weeks, turning into months. This wasn't a short viral moment that disappeared after a few days. The images stayed trending, the discussions stayed alive. Fan edits multiplied every single day. Even casual viewers, people who didn't follow K-pop closely, began asking the same question over and over again. Who is he? And why does he look like that? The answer wasn't complicated. Jimin didn't rely on exaggeration or shock value. He didn't need dramatic poses or loud expressions. What made this shoot powerful was how effortless it felt. Every photo carried a quiet confidence, a calm intensity that made people look twice, then look again. Dior's clean, elegant styling matched Jimin's presence so naturally that it felt less like a brand collaboration and more like a perfect alignment. As soon as Vogue released the first official images, engagement numbers climbed at a pace that shocked even longtime fans. Likes crossed millions in record time. Shares spread across platforms faster than algorithm updates could keep up. On TikTok alone, videos using his Vogue Dior images reached massive views within hours, with creators recreating the poses, analyzing the details, and openly admitting they couldn't move on. What stood out even more was how long the momentum lasted. Most fashion shoots trend briefly, then disappear into the archive. This one didn't. For nearly 2 months, Jimin's Vogue Dior photos kept resurfacing. New edits appeared daily. Old posts kept being rediscovered. Even when no new content was released, the conversation refused to die down. And somewhere in the middle of all that noise, something very noticeable happened. The hate quieted. Accounts that were once quick to criticize suddenly had nothing to latch onto. There was no controversy to twist, no mistake to exaggerate, no awkward moment to mock. All that remained were polished images, undeniable numbers, and a global response that spoke louder than any argument. Fashion insiders began praising the shoot's impact. Fans pointed out how Jimin didn't just wear Dior, he embodied the brand's identity. Calm luxury, emotional restraint, strength without aggression, vulnerability without weakness. These were qualities Dior had always represented, and Jimin reflected them without trying. For Jikook fans especially, the moment felt even more meaningful. Many noticed how Jimin's confidence seemed different lately, more grounded, more assured. Not the nervous intensity of a rising star, but the calm control of someone who knows exactly where he stands. That maturity showed in every frame, making the photos feel timeless rather than trendy. Meanwhile, hashtags related to the shoot continued trending across regions, including the United States. American fans shared the images widely, comparing them to iconic fashion moments from past decades. Some even said the shoot felt cinematic, like stills from a movie that never needed dialogue. And that comparison made sense. Jimin has always been known for telling stories without words, through movement, through expression, through silence. This Vogue Dior shoot tapped directly into that strength, proving that he doesn't need a stage to command attention. The most fascinating part was how organic the success felt. There was no sense of over-promotion, no forced hype. The audience created the momentum themselves. Every share felt voluntary, every edit felt personal. People weren't posting because they were told to, they were posting because they genuinely couldn't stop thinking about it. As days turned into weeks, media outlets began referencing the shoot when talking about Jimin's influence beyond music. He wasn't just being seen as an idol anymore, he was being recognized as a cultural figure, someone capable of shaping conversations in spaces far beyond K-pop. And yet, through all of this, Jimin remained quiet. No loud statements, no dramatic responses to critics, no victory speeches. The work spoke for him. The images answered every doubt. The numbers ended every debate. That silence, combined with the overwhelming response, became the loudest message of all. Because sometimes the strongest response to hate isn't arguing back. It's success so undeniable that even negativity runs out of words. And as the Vogue-Dior collaboration continued to trend, as fans revisited the images again and again, one thing became increasingly clear. This wasn't just a fashion moment. It was a reminder of Jimin's place in the global spotlight, a place he never really left. And the story doesn't stop here. What this moment ultimately proved is something many people tried to ignore for a long time. Jimin's influence was never fragile. It was simply evolving. The Vogue-Dior collaboration didn't just break engagement records or dominate timelines for 2 months straight. It redefined how people see him, not as someone chasing relevance, but as someone who naturally creates it. The silence from his haters wasn't accidental. It was the result of a situation where denial became impossible. When millions of people respond positively, when global platforms keep circulating the same images long after trends usually fade, and when fashion insiders openly acknowledge the impact, criticism loses its power. There's nothing left to argue with when success becomes this visible. For fans, especially Jimin fans in the US, this wasn't just about numbers or luxury brands. It felt personal. It felt like watching someone who has been doubted again and again quietly prove that he doesn't need to explain himself. His work does it for him. His presence does it for him. And that calm confidence resonates deeply with people who have followed his journey for years. This Vogue-Dior moment also sent a clear message about longevity. Trends come and go fast, especially online, but presence, authenticity, and emotional connection last. Jimin didn't rely on noise to stay relevant. He relied on consistency, growth, and a sense of self that translated perfectly through the camera. And maybe that's why this collaboration stayed with people for so long. It wasn't just something to look at, it was something to feel. A quiet reminder that real impact doesn't always shout. Sometimes it stands still and lets the world come to it. If this story made you see Jimin's journey from a new perspective or reminded you why his influence feels different, share your thoughts in the comments. Join the conversation, connect with other fans who felt the same impact, and stay with us for more stories that go beyond headlines and numbers, stories that show why moments like this matter long after the trend ends.